Good day, everyone. This is Alvin again from the Philippines, and today we just witnessed the national costume competition of Miss Grand International, and I truly enjoyed it. Right now it's 1 a.m. in the Philippines, and I just watched it just a few hours ago. I have to review and rewatch the entire competition again to pick my top 15 national costume. And let me just start by saying that I really had so much fun and I truly enjoyed this round of competition. First of all, kudos to the organization. I just love the music that they chose because it's very fun, it's lively, and the beat is something that you can dance with. Secondly, I love how the ladies showcase their choreography of their movements and of course the dances that they prepare, the performance just to give life to their national costume. Outstanding. And finally, I love the energy of the crowd because they have been cheering every contestant, which is amazing. If there's something that I would like to add and I would like to see next time, I wish they'll say something about the national costume, like a description of what inspires the costume. I think that would be very, very interesting and informative as well. So having said that, here's my top 15, and this is just purely based on the artistry of the national costume and how the ladies presented the costume. So my number 15 is Costa Rica. When the camera was a little bit far, the first thing that came into my mind right away was the Maleficent costume because of its dark color and it resembles from afar. But for this one, I'm not sure what is the inspiration of the costume, but I love the details of the gems on the costume. And since everything is dark, I love the accent of the colorful birds on the staff as well. I did not really notice the panther on the headpiece until the camera gets closer, but I like that one too. My number 14 is China. I really like how classy, futuristic, and high fashion this costume is. Another good thing about this one is that once you see this costume, you can automatically say that this one is representing China. I love how beautiful and shiny the fabric is, and the details on the fabric is just wow. My number 13 is Japan. Honestly, with the track record of Japan in national costume doing some transformation, I kind of expected already that this would happen. Again, simply because the costume looked beautiful at first, but it looked too huge to stay at just one piece. I wasn't wowed because I have seen this kind of transformation before, but it's great to see this because in Miss Universe they started from warrior or ninja costume to kimono. This time they switched it up from kimono to the warrior ninja costume. Still pretty artistic, and no one can deny that, especially for those who have seen it for the first time. My number 12 is Guatemala. I am loving the colors of this costume. I love the colorful and moving pinwheels behind her. Everything about this costume was beautifully made, and I love every details of it, from what she is wearing to what she is holding. I don't understand the tiny purple thing though. My number 11 is Panama, another costume which is a product of a very, very crafty and artistic hands. I mean, looking at how intricate every details of the costume are is just insane. There's a lot of things that's happening to this costume, but I really liked how it looked together when everything, especially when it combined together. The blue and yellow feathery headpiece, the well-crafted and well-designed golden dress, and the additional piece on her hands, which made her look like a beautiful butterfly. Everything worked together and looked together beautifully. My number 10 is Philippines. I truly understand this costume simply because it is one of the native costumes here in the Philippines, and what she wore is a leveled up version of it. As usual, it is a beautifully made dress with beautiful designs and patterns, and it may not be as huge and as festive as the others, but she is staying true to this costume and bringing the Philippine culture on stage, and I truly, truly commend that. My number 9 is Brazil. I love how festive the costume is. I really love every details of this costume, and the combination of gold and blue works perfectly together. But the pose which reveals the surprise of the costume, which is on the headpiece, is something that I did not expect. Although we have seen something like this in Miss Universe, but this was also another great surprise because we did not expect it. I actually think that it's just a simple tribal outfit. And by the way, the way she delivered and she performed and she carried the costume, I really like that. Her execution was amazing. And as what I have said, everything looked great. And that transformation, I love that. My number 8 is Peru. I really love this costume very much because she's like the goddess of ice and snow. I really love how the costume looked and especially how the color pops out and makes everything look realistic. Plus the wing-like effect that came out isn't really new, but I am glad that they did something like that because it worked on this costume. My number 7 is Vietnam. And oh my goodness, the first thing that I noticed is how high the shoe is and how amazing it looked. There are some lights on this costume too, which would look amazing in the dark, which is why she started in a very dark stage. And then, just to emphasize the lights, and then of course the lights came in. The golden headpiece looked very, very beautiful, and I really love the combination of red and gold as well. Beautiful, beautiful choice of color. Love the fringe effect on front and the piece on her shoulder. Beautiful. The back part is also as beautiful and as artistic as the front area, which is perfect because they really made sure that this costume would look outstanding in all angles. My number 6 is Mexico. I really love this costume because by looking at that costume, you can easily say that this one takes a lot of time to make, takes a lot of effort, and the details and looking at how intricate it was made is just breathtaking. The costume really came alive when she performed her dance to it. I mean, for craftsmanship, I would really love to commend this costume. Beautiful. My number 5 is Venezuela. Love, love, love this costume so much. And first of all, those extensions of hair that she got, I like that. I love the festive and tribal aura that this costume brought to the stage. This is like the level up version of the costume of Legionites, Miss Universe Venezuela, when she competed in Miss Universe 2007. There's a similarity to it, but everything is just a leveled up version of it. I mean, the headpiece, the face paint, the colors, the costume, everything worked and looked perfectly. She actually looked like a princess, or shall I say queen of a certain tribe. My number 4 is India. And oh my gosh, this is such a fun, beautiful, and entertaining costume to see. I loved it when she raised those curtains. I mean, those bottom part of the dress, which of course acts like a curtain, which revealed a puppet show that was so fun to see. And one thing that made it so beautiful is her execution. I could imagine seeing her standing in a music box doing that kind of move, and I think that would be so cute to see. But costume wise, I think this is such a beautiful and wonderful work. Something I did not expect to see. I mean, we have seen some puppet show costume in other pageants, but putting it in a dress and using the bottom part of the dress as a curtain, that's really unique and good. My number 3 is Indonesia, and wow, as usual and as expected, Indonesia did not disappoint once again. This costume is a product of very imaginative and artistic minds of Indonesian artists, and I commend them for that. For execution, I did not really expect her to do as much movement as the others because just by observing her, it is very obvious that the costume looked really heavy, which is why I think she did a great job showcasing the costume with just very simple moves, but everything still looks great. The headpiece and the one on her shoulders, wow, that is a piece of art. My number 2 is Ecuador. I am really in love with her face when she was called out, and honestly, I have very low expectation from this costume when she came out, and then she started a little bit of dancing, and then I told myself that it might be for performance purposes, just to give life to the costume, because we have seen this kind of costume in the past with images of some important events or people on their country printed on the fabric. But when she brought out that second layer and started doing her thing, I mean, I was just wowed at the fiesta of colors on my screen. I mean, the way it was choreographed, the way the hand movement goes, it was very, very beautiful and perfection. I really commend her for not only wearing a beautiful costume, but by showcasing how beautiful, playful, and colorful it is. And my number 1 choice for best in national costume is Thailand. This woman, oh my goodness, she is nailing it in every performances, from the presentation to the swimsuit and now to the national costume. Just by looking at her without any drama yet, all you can see is the artistry and the beautiful Thai culture on stage. I don't know the right term, but the 2 figures she is holding looked heavy, but at the same time, it looked so beautiful. I just can't imagine how many different pieces were put together to have this amazing costume looking as one. When she started opening and revealing the surprise, that's when I was wowed by how amazing the costume is. But the surprise isn't over yet, because even the back part is a masterpiece. So that's it. These are my top 15 favorite national costumes. However, I have a feeling that they might be putting the voting thing to determine the winner again. So hopefully it will be 80-20. I mean 80% for the judges score and just 20% for the voting, because I would really love to see the deserving winner to win and not because of votes. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed with the best in swimsuit presentation because they have also inserted voting in it. I mean, I really wish that it is purely based on the performance alone. Well, anyway, this is their choice, but I am here to commend and to recognize who really did well, in my opinion. So that's it. Again, these are my top 15 favorites for the national costume presentation. What do you think? Don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. So for now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.